So there we go, it's coming to the end of this phase by the looks of it. It's just producing the final output. I didn't have to touch anything. I see magic happening on the left hand side. I can see some files being created. They even gave me a phase 2 summary, which is kind of pretty well much provided perhaps this here. So if I just go to phase 2 summary, it's kind of gone through and explained everything it's done. I've got tick boxes again, all this kind of stuff. I think it's even gone and seeded the database. So this is kind of, if I were to scroll up here, you can see where the MCP's kind of kicked in, where it's kind of just kind of connected up to my database. It's gone and done various things on the database, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, back in the day when you didn't have MCP, you would have to have, it would have generated a load of SQL scripts. So you would then have to go into Supabase, go into the SQL editor and run them manually. But here, it's pretty well much done everything that I need. Now, I probably need to read kind of what it's done here just to be sure that there's nothing else for me to do. It's talk about going to a dashboard, creating a new user. Then it's telling me to set the admin role of a particular user ID. So it's gave me really clear instructions, to be honest with you. I could just, as I said, I could just copy these now, go into the SQL editor and then kind of run that. So I do need to go to the Supabase dashboard though. I do need to create myself an account before we try firing this up. Although I'm not sure at this stage, excuse me, I'm not sure at this stage whether I can actually create or I can sign up yet. It's not telling me that I can, I don't think. No, I think that is for another, yeah, here we go, user flow. And so this is the kind of the sign up stuff. So here it's kind of just asking me to kind of create a user and create a profile here. Now I could do that, or I could wait till another stage here. Let's do it. It looks like it's yeah, there's a few steps here that I might need to do. It's talking about seeding some initial spaces here, so it's kind of like giving me some test data. It looks like it's created a function for me which allows me to do that. So maybe, yeah, and then it's trying to add me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do this. Let's for the benefit of this video, let's go in and let's create a brand new user. So let's go to authentication, and here is under users. Let's just create a new user. So let's just create that, and I'll go type in my details here. There we go, details created. Just make sure auto confirm user is selected. So of course I've got this kind of user ID that's going to be required very, very shortly. So then it's asking me to kind of run this profile. It wouldn't have created, I don't think, a profile for me yet. So if I go into the tables here, you can see I've got this profiles table. Oh yeah, look, I've got that. I've actually got that that profile set up. So it's, yeah, it's setting the role to admin. So I'm just going to set this role myself to admin. It's created those for me. Username, I'm not sure what the username needs to be. It's just text. I'm just going to say the Digital Pro like that. I'll just manually kind of add those in. And here it's looking like I can seed initial spaces. If you can see here, I've got no spaces, I don't think, in the table. May have created a function for me to do that. So I'm just going to copy this now, go back over here, and I'm going to go to the SQL editor, and I'm just going to paste that in there, and I'm just going to run it. So just select that. Okay. Don't really know what that is done. Let's go back here, go to spaces. Okay, there's nothing there. So maybe that's not something I need to worry about. Oh, there we are. I've just done a refresh. There they all are. So it's created me some dummy data. Fantastic. That's really, really good. And here it's trying to associate a space with my user ID. So let's just do that as well. Let's go here. So I'm going to go into the SQL editor here, and I'm just going to paste that in there, but I'm going to need to grab my user ID. So let's just go into profiles. Here is my user ID here. Let's just, copy. There we go. Got it. Let's go back here to the SQL editor. Paste that in there like that. And run that. Done on that previous execution. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, in fact, I think that's what it's done here. Put a demo thread in there, that function. So I think we are in a good position. I think I'm not sure whether the application will do anything at this particular stage. We can try kind of having a look at it. Let's have a look in the web browser here. Let's see what it's done. Let's just refresh. Let's go back to the dashboard. Don't think it's done anything. No, that's good. So it's already, it looks for phase 3, which is where it will start doing some of the work, I think, from what ChatGPT had for us on phase 3. So there we go. So we're ready now to execute that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what we do before. I'm going to copy all of this into the markdown here. And I'm just going to create that third file. Oh, just copy that and go back in here. Let's create a phase 3.md like that, paste all of that in there like that, and I think we are good now to instruct Windsurf to implement phase 3 like that. So you can see that we're now starting to get into this little cycle now where what's quite incredible about this is that you can see that we're not actually getting any errors, which is very different experience to how I used to have at least maybe 6 months ago in doing this. I was getting all kinds of errors coming up, but everything is just about trusting the process, and that is quite impressive. So we'll leave that to play out. Let's see what it produces, and then we'll come right back. Okay, once more, we've gone through this and everything has gone really successful here. And if I just look up here, it's talking about updating the profile to an admin with user ID. Well, I'm just going to set myself as an admin. We've already seeded the initial spaces. So it's all looking pretty good. It looks like it's gave you some direction here on testing to kind of go through, create accounts and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really good. So I'm really pleased so far. I've got nothing obvious here that's caused me a problem. The only thing I've done while that was building in the background is I've just gone and created the other phases here, just as I've done previously, just so it saves a bit of time in kind of getting those all created. So I think we're up and running. Let's go and have a look and see what we got with inside the app then. Oh wow, look at this. Okay, we're starting to got what looks like a bit of a website. So it's talking about kind of signing in and signing up. If I click on sign up, I can see that I can now put in an email address. Now let's have a look here, because it's talking about, well, actually I can go and do some testing here. It's got like test@example.com. So let's just give that a go. Let's see if we can create a user. And we're just going to say password 123. Password 123. Let's just sign up. Although yes, I'm going to get that little check here. It's been created. I'm now in to the kind of the dashboard area here, which is pretty good. I've got these spaces that I can join. Again, like I said, we're not focusing on the look and feel here. I can go into maybe feature requests. Okay, I've got a 404, so we're not kind of there yet on that particular page, which is cool, which is what I understand. I don't think we'll have anything here. No, that's good. So it doesn't look like we're in. But what is really nice is that we are into a user has got access now to start seeing these particular spaces. Now, if I just go back and have a check here of the testing here. So in fact, let's do it here. So we've got welcome to Program, start to sign in, feature free cards. It's telling us here what we should expect to see. Call to action at the bottom. We've got sign in, sign up, get started, sign in. We've got the sign up flow. I think I'm really happy with that. I think this pretty well much is explaining here what I'm expecting to see. There is no options here to go into a space because we haven't actually created that. That's clearly going to be part of the next phase. So if I just have a look at that, I think we can put phase 3 to bed. I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a look at phase 4 then. So space list and detail pages. Here we go. So this is the bit then that once I click on that particular space, we then will start seeing these particular pages. So you know something, I'm all good. I'm really happy with that. Let's implement phase 4. Bang, like that. As always, let's see this play out. Let's see what we end up with, and fingers crossed. Okay, so phase 4 looks like it's successfully gone in. We can see that we can now create spaces as an admin. We can view all spaces, view space detail page, see thread listings, and access the admin panel if we're an admin. So then it's talking about phase 5. So it's starting to get really nice, right? It's trying to give us this kind of this heads up of what's coming forward, saves us having to sort of, you know, go back and forth. That's really good. And we've got our sort of summary documentation, our testing, and some database sort of schema changes. So I think we're in a good place. So let's have a look at some of this stuff so we can create spaces as an admin. So let's go and have a look. So, okay, this is what I saw before. Now, am I actually, I might just be a user actually, so I might need to log out. So I don't think I'm, might need to, I can't remember what the actual sign out is of the application. Let's have a look, see if we've got any references here. Let's, I think it was off, we've got sign up, sign in. Okay, so I've got no means of kind of logging out at the moment. So let's have a little think here. So in some of the upcoming phases, I'm just seeing if there's any option here to sign out. Oh, I don't think I've updated that to a markdown file. I'll come and do that. Okay, so I can't see anything obvious there about signing out. So I'm just going to go into the chat mode and say, is there a feature to sign out? Maybe I've missed it along the way. I can't remember, but let's just have a quick look and see if there's a mechanism of signing out. Okay, it's saying there is a button there, but it could be that it's not obvious. It could be this little button up here, actually, that's... If I go back to the dashboard, actually, which I'm kind of in, there's no other option. I think that button appears to be in op. So let's correct that. Let's do a bit of an in-flight change. I cannot seem to log out. The button is not visible or working. So we've just broken from tradition just slightly in terms of adding the phases in, but I think this is really quite important that we can actually log out. So we'll let Cascade do its thing, let the AI agent just kind of work that out, and hopefully we'll get our log out button and then we can probably test it. Okay, nothing obvious there, so let's just restart the server. It hasn't it seems to think that it actually has already implemented this. So I'm just going to restart the server just to see if it's got itself in a bit of a mess here. So I'll let it kill it and re-kick it back up. Okay, one other way of doing it is bring up the F12 developer tools here, and let's go into the application and let's just go to local storage to see if we've got a token that is kicking around here. Might be in session. Have a cookie here. Okay, got a couple of tokens that are active. So let's delete these out here. Could be all that we need to do. There we go. So yeah, so I went into the developer tools. I went to cookies. I cleared out the cookie there, the actual token that I've got there. Killed that out, and of course you can see now that I can now sign back in. So let's go back in as the Digital Pro, which is the admin account. Sign in. There we go. There we go. We've got the sign out button now. That's clearly odd. So something's definitely gone a little bit bump there. So I'll try logging back in the user shortly and just see if that is working. But we're certainly in. We'll just kill that. And we've got this admin option that's up here. So it's gonna, and here we go. We can now create new spaces. We've got the existing spaces here. We can go in there and view those. That is pretty smart. I'm not going to test all of that at this particular moment. That is good. Let's go into then say feature requests. And we can create a thread. So let's go to new thread. Okay, that page is not working. That's still to be done. And I'm assuming the same thing will happen there. So that is really smart. So let's go and have a look in phase 4. Let's see what else that we've got that we can do. So phase 4 summary. So we've got the create dynamic. We can create spaces. We can display thread. We've got So we've got the thread card there. I think there was some test data in one of these. There it is, general discussion. Again, can't see those. Page still to be found, but at least we can see those the discussions there. Is there anything under that? No. So I think that's pretty good. Admin, we know about that one. So we could try creating a space here just to see if that is working okay for us. Oh look, here we go. We've just, for some reason, we've now just lost the button there, the kind of the administration by moving out. Just do a shift hard reload here. Hasn't made any difference. So there's definitely something not quite right there. We'll have to go and kind of check that out, whether there's kind of like a persistence. It's not persisting the cookie or the session in some element of the actual app. Okay, so let's just go into the admin. Okay, test space, create a slug. This is a test, create space, space created successfully, and there it is, test spaces all being created. Go into view, and I'm in that space. So we can successfully create spaces, which is fantastic. So yeah, so still a few little gremlins there that we might need to go back and sort out. We certainly do need to go back and sort them out. Not quite sure why the details there at the top are disappearing, but that's okay. That's okay. We can move on. That's really, really good. So let's then now focus then on phase 5. So this is about the threaded creation and thread view. Which is cool. So let's crack on and let's implement phase 5. And as always, we'll come back and we'll see how it goes.